Right, Jonesy, how you doing, mate?
Good. What's going on?
It's no secret that I think I have a big head, and I was born with it, right? It's not my fault.
Yeah,
it's not my choice. However, today, we want to talk about figures with big heads with a purpose. Jonesy, it's a Corinthians episode.
Excellent. We've been wanting to do one of these for ages, haven't we?
We have, but more importantly, we have guests, mate. We have guests.
Yes.
So,
Excellent.
we have the wonderful Gaz that's returned. How you doing, mate?
Very well, my friend. How are you?
Yeah, very good. Thanks for coming back on. We had some great feedback with your time added on episode with the Canaries. So, great to have you back, mate. And we have a first-time visit from the great Andy Flack. How you doing?
I am good.
Brilliant. Lovely to have you on, mate.
Thanks for coming on, mate.
Looking forward to it. I've been on to the wonderful World of Football shirt you before, so I'm looking forward to this one as well.
Nice one. Good man. So we thought, Jonesy and I have discussed that memorabilia, nostalgia, football, 90s, everything goes into one big bundle. As it's coming up to Christmas, these were probably on a lot of kids' Christmas lists back in the 90s and probably still are today, I hope. So we thought we'd just sprinkle a little bit of Christmas magic and have a Christmas Corinthians episode. Is that right, mate?
That sounds good.
Love it.
Wicked.
Good one.
Right, so let's get stuck into it. So the format of today's episode, guys, if you're watching on YouTube, Spotify or wherever, enjoy. We should have some figures, shirts, etc. to talk about. If you're listening on Spotify, we're going to go through everything glorious about the Corinthians football figures, 90s football, some football shirts, I hope, and then just a general bit of chat. Is that right, Jonesy?
Yep, that's it. All
right.
Just dive straight in, mate.
Let's dive straight in. So first of all, we've got guests. They're wearing football shirts. So it'd be rude of us not to ask what they're wearing and why. Is that right, mate?
Absolutely. All right. Guys, what are you wearing, mate?
So this one is West Ham, obviously. I think it's the 100-year anniversary. It's got all the bubbles on it. With the 100 embossed in it. But this one means a lot to me. Obviously, I'm a mad Norwich fan. But this one was my father-in-law, who is sadly no longer with us. So I take on West Ham as my third favourite club.
Third favourite club. So who's in between Norwich and West Ham?
Oh, we might come to that in a bit.
Oh, okay. I love that. Yeah, lovely shirt, mate. Again, I think you were the one that brought the pony Pride of New York to our horizons when you were last on.
Correct, yeah.
So you're bringing back pony again.
Yeah.
So this shirt, I mean, look at the size of the badge, first of all.
It's a giant shield, isn't it?
It's a shield. Yeah, it's incredible.
Yeah, and I mean, the collar is just,
yeah.
It's a comfy shirt, isn't it?
It's like being Harry Hill.
Yeah. It is yeah. Fond memories of that shirt. Can you remember who wore that?
For some reason, I got Steve Pops in my head.
Steve Pops, yeah, good shout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But obviously, I just had a haircut yesterday, so yeah, Julian Dix probably.
Yeah. It wouldn't be Ian Bishop. Right, Andy, what are you wearing, mate?
I have got the, I think it was the 98-99 away kit, Sharp UCAM. I was going to wear, I said to the boys earlier, I was going to wear my Champions League one, but I completely forgot this is a Premier League podcast, so I quickly changed into this one.
It would have been allowed, but I'm glad you've made the change. Again, another great big shield on your chest. What is going on?
Oh, yeah.
They are huge,
I mean,
aren't
I've got it as well. It's the Coventry, but yeah. So you're repping Ryan Giggs today, Andy? Is that right?
100%. I was round my previous girlfriend's house, sat down watching telly. I think I just rung my dad because I thought we were going to lose the game to come and pick me up from our house. I didn't want to watch it. Saw Michael save the penalty, said, hang on, I'm going to carry on watching the game, and then we all know what happened next.
Is that or is that not the most typical Man United response? Like a pre-made text message to your dad going, come pick me up. Burkham scored.
But yeah, man, what I like about this one, I think I was telling you last time, I thought I'd lost it because I collected shirts probably when I was between 16 and 20.
Yeah.
Got rid of a load of them like we all did. And then my mum rocked down my house about a year ago and said, I found this when I was going through a load of stuff. And I was like, oh my God, you still got that one. I cannot believe it.
Yeah, it's wicked. Yeah, would you, other than the Ryan Giggs one, was that kind of worn much? I mean, was this Beckham's free kick at Anfield in this one?
I can't remember if he's wearing it. But I remember the Champions Leagues against Barcelona, they wore this one with York controlled up front, doing that little tiki-taka, ripping them apart with like the 2-3-all. They were great games, they were.
Yeah. I think it's quite I mean, I don't know about you, Jonesy. Do you think that shirt's quite a forgotten grail of Man United?
I reckon so, yeah. I reckon it is.
Yeah. I mean,
have they tried to remake that one recently? I don't really take much notice of the kits these days. No.
I don't know. I think they're kind of...
They had it, I think, was it last season they did the away one and it was almost like this with the white and the red stripe and that lot. So it's sort of like paying homage to it.
Yeah. Yeah, good shout. Well, I'm wearing... I've gone purple Ronnie today. I am wearing... I always get this mixed up. If this is Coventry's 95, 96, Jonesy, and was it 96, 97?
I'm trying to think now because they had the green one, didn't they?
They had the green one. But
I think it was 95, 96 because you gentlemen asked me to paint Unlove in that kit.
Yes, we did.
Oh,
and I did.
Wicked. Right. So I tried to stick to a 30th anniversary. So I'm wearing Coventry City's purple. Great memories of this one. If you look at the sleeve as well, it's got the beautiful pony on the sleeve. But the thought behind this one was that it's the 95-96 season, and we have recently celebrated a beautiful 30 years of Corinthians figures, chaps. Is that correct?
We have.
Jeez.
So let's just go through a little bit of a background in terms of Corinthians. Correct me if I'm wrong here, because I normally do a stat of the week, but you guys know everything about Corinthians, so I'm not going to preach to you guys. Company based in High Wycombe launched their first range, which was 16 England figures in October 95. Is that right?
Yeah.
They were previously known as Headliners, but their name was changed to Pro Stars. So are we talking, is this the Euro 96 kit figures that were launched? Is that the ones that I'm thinking of? 16 figures?
Yeah, they brought them out in 1995, and they did the Euro 96 as the first range. And then they went on to the FAPL later on that year. It would have been like November 95.
Yeah.
And then I think Gary might know because he collected a few of the American ones. But it came to about 1998, and they sold the name Headliners to an American company because they were releasing American football, basketball, and other Corinthians. And then they wanted to almost rebrand it and call it Corinthian Pro Stars, and they brought that out. I think that would have been early 1999.
Kind of glad they did, really. I mean, Pro Stars is better than Headliners, isn't it? Do you think?
It was more catchy. I think it got more people involved because that's my first, when I first started collecting was Pro Stars, and then I went back to the Headliners.
Yeah.
So I've got an England one here. It's battered. So what one was this one? Was that an early?
That's the 96 one.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
they brought out 16, and then they came back to it, and they brought out another 624 to make it 40 in the set.
Cool.
Wow. Far out.
Wow. So then after that, they started releasing 12-pack, 14-pack, 4-packs, but some figures were only available in a 4-pack, not a single pack, which obviously made them harder to get. And then there's loads of different variations of the boxes as well, which is just as a completionist, got gone down a rabbit hole.
They could see how much money because I think they thought it'd be good, but they didn't realize how good it was going to be. And all of us, with the hype of Euro 96, were just like, right, I want to get some of this. And like Gary just said, they were bringing out the same figure, just in different packaging, and people were like, I'll have both. Oh, I'll have a 12-pack.
Crafty buggers.
Yeah, they knew what they were doing.
Geniuses.
I
remember having all 40.
Yeah.
And when I did my GCSE exams, I remember watching an episode of Mr. Bean, right? And there's a bit where he pulls something out of a bag and puts it on the table, and then goes and pulls something out and puts it on the table and then goes and pulls. So when we sat there doing our GCSE exam, we were allowed to have like your lucky mascot on the table. So I brought all 40 Euro 96 ones and did a Mr. Bean and just put one on the table and then grabbed the other one and then grabbed the other one. I had all 4 lined up around me work.
And then you had half an hour left to complete your paper.
Then, That's why I'm a chef, because I can't do anything else.
But just a quick question. So obviously before Princeton, did you guys only collect the sports stars? Were you into them? No, those little figures? No.
Oh, the ones on the green card, like
like
a
Tonka,
like
an Allen. Yeah, these.
Yeah.
Oh wow! I've seen.
Yeah, I was just wondering if you didn't collect them before?
No.
Or was it just big heads? Yeah.
I had a couple because I think they brought Gaza out, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And obviously, growing up, my nickname has always been Gaz, and linking that to my favourite ever player. I think that's the only one I had was Gaza.
Yeah, because I had Van Basten, Rudy Voller in that Tonka kind of set, Jonesy, because I remember that, because they had like I even had, I didn't even know who he was, and I still don't know who he was. He was a Borussia Dortmund goalkeeper, but he had like the D-Continental blue jersey on, and he was led on the floor going for the ball, but I can never remember who that was.
There was a story of this Alan Smith. So years ago, I've had this for years. I put it up on Twitter and tagged him on Twitter, and he liked it, and that made my day.
Yes. Love that.
You defrosted Alan Smith to like comment. Wow. Christ. That's pretty good going.
Yeah.
Right. So, guys, how did you... I mean, this is a beautiful story. How do you guys get into this in terms of the Corinthians to start with? So we'll start with you, Gaz. Obviously, you said you had like the original figures. Did you go full out and start collecting all Premier League, or was it just England? How did it work for you?
Yeah, I went England, and then I went, I think because they never released any Norwich players, I didn't have like the urge to go and buy a complete set. So I was just cherry picking players. But then it got to a point, it was like stickers. It was like, I'll swap you, 2 stickers for a shiny, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I remember going around my mate's house and sitting there. He had a John McGinley, Keith Brannigan, Alan Stubbs, and Alan Thompson. And I was like,
cool.
That's the full Bolton set. That's the full Bolton set. And I was like,
he's got the real.
Give me that. Yeah. I was like, you've got to give me that. What can I get? I'll give you a bloody Oasis Wonderwall CD, whatever. I'll have them. You know what I mean? It was just like, and then it was just, And then going forward on that, it just become like, my parents used to hate it because anything football, anything Norwich, I had to have it, had to collect it, look at it, put it in the loft, and then 30 years later go and get it out. But it was like, I had to. It was like my drug as a kid. It was like the big heads, or the Corinthian figures, and I think even at my wedding, my best man brought a load out and started like parading them.
On top of the cake.
Yeah.
Was it big though in terms of like advertisement? Because I can't recall much. I mean, my memory of it was the secret sachet sort of ones. I call them sachets, like they're pot noodle sort of things. But yes.
Oh yes, so, that's what I remember.
There was a bin. See, look at those.
Yeah.
But there was a bin in my local newsagents, and if I had pocket money from cleaning a car or whatever, I'd walk and I'd rummage around in that and then get something. But that was what big heads were to me.
Try and feel the head. Oh, who's
hang on. Hang on. Should we do it?
No. Are you opening a pack? Oh,
you did no.
Yeah.
Smell it.
Oh, the smell.
Is it Mark Wright?
Warren Barton.
Hey. Friend of the show.
How wicked.
They did bring out a few of them that you could see who the figure was.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
What is that?
These are
Super
special
Champions.
range. I think International Super Champions range.
Oh, that's cheating, isn't it, Andy?
It is.
Gaz, thank you for doing that, mate. I mean, that's a 30-year-old slashdare you opened there. That could have had like any sort of asbestos in it.
Weird. It's just
anthrax.
Yeah.
Wow. Right. Well, there you go. So, yeah. So, secret sachets were mine. Andy, what about you, mate?
Well, I'm a little bit older than I think all of you guys. So I was probably around about 18, 19 when it was all kicking off. So I was more into drinking and going out. But I went to my friend's house to play.
You were too cool.
I was too cool for it. So I went to my mate's house to play a Pro Evolution tournament down his house with 3 of my mates.
Yeah.
And when I was down there, we was in one of the games where I'm not playing. I just saw he had a little display and he had these Liverpool figures on there. And I thought, they look cool. I was like, do they do them in any other teams, like Man U and that? He goes, yeah, they do them in Man U. So then that was it then. Went down to Toy Master, trying to buy a couple, but like, trying not to look too uncool because I was in my 20s nearly then. But I was getting a few of them. Started off with just Man U, but then it went to like nearly all of them. And I think I collected them all the way up to about, say, 2025 before I put them in the loft.
I'm trying to like that's incredible. And I think, do you think, guys, and be honest, like, do you think there was an element of embarrassment collecting kind of Corinthians figures as a kind of kid? Because it was
Not
like
as
a kind of figure, or
no,
not as a kid, but then you
not
get
a kid,
to that,
no.
like Flack has said, when you get to that stage where you start drinking and going out with your mates and that, it's like, are you coming clubbing tonight? Well,
yeah,
I can't. I've just bought Alan Shearer, and do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like,
well,
I'd rather.
I had times where I'd bring a girl back to my house, and then she'd have 10,000 figures looking down on her. In my wall. It must have been pretty creepy.
Yeah. Like Rude Hullet with his arms crossed, sat in his suit, looking down.
I've never had so many nephews. Like, mine, it's a nephew. Yeah.
No, I think though, like memorabilia and collecting, Jonesy, I'm sure you'll agree, the kind of demographic has changed massively over the last, well, for me, over 5 years or so. When it comes to like collecting figures and things like that, it's not about shame with it anymore. And forgive me, there never should have been embarrassment or shame in the first place, because whatever is your enjoyment and hobby, stick to it, love it, right? But I think there's a little bit more of an openness with it now. And when I met you guys at the Essex fair a couple of months ago, I was absolutely astounded at the amount of people that were obsessed with looking at the blister packs and stuff like that. And it kind of, I already loved it anyway, but it just reignited a flame of like, wow, this is lush. I remember how good it was.
Yeah.
I mean,
So were we.
Yeah, it's incredible, right?
We were took back by it, yeah.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with what you said then. I mean, going back to, when I was 18, I think the late 90s and the noughties was such a good time for going out, partying, drinking. Alcohol was cheap. Nightclubs were open 7 days a week. Music was amazing.
Yeah.
So that was the thing then. But it just seems like the way it's all gone now, and especially most of us have probably got back into collecting because of COVID.
Mm-hmm.
That seems to be acceptable now. I mean, like gaming never used to be acceptable when I used to play football with my mates. I was like in my 20s, and I'd say, I want to go and play Halo. They'd all laugh at me. So I didn't ever tell them. But now everyone's doing it.
Yeah. Jonesy, have you got anything on that, mate?
No, that's just it. Like, I think there's no shame in collecting. I know I still go to the shop now and look at the wrestling figures. I mean, I don't buy them, but I still have a look.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's something special about it. I think the only problem for me, though, was, and what I've recently seen, having looked further into it, is that for the BT store where I lived, they didn't have the full scope of Corinthians available. So I had the kind of the pack, which come with the pitch, the goals, and the kind of figures and things, but it didn't have a lot of the Premier League ones. So I kind of fell into it where it was more Serie A, international teams. The Premier League teams were quite hard to come by, so you would never see like a Scott Gemmell on the shelves. Do you know what I mean? In like his Nottingham Forest kit, or it would be quite hard to come by. So, how was it for collectors? I mean, Gaz, particularly for yourself, if you wanted to get into Premier League, did you have to send off to Corinthians to get those figures?
Well, we had a massive Woolworths, which obviously they stocked them.
Yeah,
but they sort of, like you say, down here, they didn't stock like all the Leeds figures, all the middles, things like that.
Yeah.
They sort of stuck to your Liverpool, Arsenal, Man United. So, yeah, apart from that, yes, we did have to send off for them, because obviously in like the little collector file that you got, the thing that you open up but you can never actually fold back together again in the right way.
Yeah, good luck.
You're right about that.
Yeah, I'm putting this in the bin because there's no way I'm folding. But like that, you used to get like caps.
Yeah.
So you'd collect, you'd collect 8 caps,
right,
and cover postage with 2 20p coins.
Wow.
40p to cover post. That's £4.25 now.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So with the Premier League ones, they came with one like this, and again, you could send off for them. Yeah.
Did you guys ever do that?
Yeah.
So,
you got platinum ones, didn't you? Sometimes if you sent a certain amount off, you would get a platinum figure, because that was the only way to get platinum figures for a while, was through Corinthian releasing them. They didn't really sell them in the shops, I don't think, to start off with. And then that then became the thing where I think they weren't, getting rid of them all.
So was your kind of, this is a question for both of you then, when you got the figures, was it a case of open the pack, hold them, use them like Sabutio, or was it keep them in a blister pack, put them on your shelf?
I always opened mine. I've always been someone that wanted to display them loose. That we've got a little business in my town called Frames and Boxes, and I got them to hand make me a couple of frames to put on the wall with the perfect sizes to fit Corinthians in. And well, I never kept them in a blister, but there was one time I think I had to, with a file, shave a little bit of the frame away because I think Carnu is too big for the dimensions.
Yeah, even with his laptop.
That's what I did with mine.
What about you guys?
With the England ones, I'd ripped them open and displayed them all. But then when I was more heading into the Pro Stars era, they arrived because back when the Pro Stars started, they then started up the club, which you couldn't go out with your mates because you had to pay your annual subscription of 15 quid or whatever. So when they sent you the figures, I was literally a case of, oh my God, this is amazing. Yeah, put it in a box, put it in the loft, and forgot about it. I knew that they were safe, and I knew that they were.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I was always like Del Boy, one day they're going to make me a millionaire.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I read here that the rarest and most sought after. I mean, is there a particular figure that is literally like the Grail with Corinthians?
There's you've got
one in that gap.
Yeah, one of the Dutch players, Winston Bogarde. They released in sachet form like that, but it was a Dutch one. And he's a very, very rare one.
I had him in a Chelsea kit.
Yeah. They released him for Chelsea. I don't know, no idea what year it was. But there's also rumours of because obviously they came from China on shipping containers.
Right.
And that shipping containers had fallen off the ships, therefore making whatever figures were in there when they were released, a lot of them were swimming with the fishes. So their rarity was massive. How true that rumor is, I don't know.
So you think on getting some scuba gear?
I was going to say, so like on Netflix, there's a documentary about resurrecting the Titanic, but we don't ever see anything about the search for the Corinthians. That would be amazing, wouldn't it? Wouldn't be much of a show, but it was amazing to watch.
You can imagine that is true though, because I think there's a guy called Craig Robinson. I think, have you got his book, Woody?
Yes.
Yeah, Craig. In his knowledge is second to none on them. He's been collecting from day one, extremely passionate, and he said that some of them, like I said, would either fall off the shit, go missing. So it's made a few of them. I think Stropper was one of them. What hit was Stropper in? Was it Udinese? I can't remember.
Udinese. That's the one I've got on my list, but I didn't want to. Yeah, because it says
if you get him loose, you can get them loose for say 250, but in a blister, because you just don't see them in a blister anymore, you could be paying 400, 500, 600 quid sort of thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And like same with Bogarde. What's Bogarde? He's been going this year regularly for about 300-400 quid.
Hell.
But what we always, like me and Flackers always say, like you've got like a Ryan Giggs, okay?
Yeah.
Obviously they were so mass produced, but like that's like a 50p £1 figure. But what frustrates us is this is 30 years old.
I know.
If you have a 30-year-old wrestling Hasbro figure, you're at least sort of, obviously depending on who it is, but you're 10, 15, 20 pound up.
Yeah,
And that is like, you might as well throw it away. It's not worth anything.
Yeah.
That's what we always, that does that to us. Because
I can imagine. No, I can totally agree. I mean, that's the same with sticker albums though as well, isn't it? Like if you've got a fully completed sticker album, and you've got it's completely untouched and you've got everything complete in there, and you're buying it for 15, 20 quid, you kind of think, is that robbery? I mean, that's 30 years old and it's fully complete. Yeah. The amount of money that's gone into completing that album, it's nuts, isn't it? The valuation process.
It is. Yeah, me and Gary had this conversation because loads of people come to us like that and say to us, because we've got a group that we set up. How long have we been going, Gav? 4 or 5 years?
Yeah, 2021.
Yeah, talk to us about this group. Yeah.
Oh, well, Gary and his mate Dan were talking about setting a group up, and they got hold of me. And we just thought it'd be a great idea because, like you're doing with these pods and things like that, you realise that there are people out there that are interested in this sort of stuff, interested in shirts, interested in memorabilia, interested in Corinthian specifically, all sorts of stuff. And we just thought, let's just create a group rather than worrying about just the buying and selling, just to create a bit of fun, a safe place where you can move figures around, knowing that the people you're buying them off are legit. And just, because what we try and do is have fun competitions with it as well. So we've done fundraisers, we've done competitions. We sat down and sorted out that convention between us and just loads of fun stuff like that just to get people together. And we just didn't imagine it was going to be anywhere near as big as what it has got. Because I think it's only got it's got 2,600 people in there at the moment.
Far out.
But
wow,
that's quite a lot for such a niche thing. It's just football figures. It's not like football memorabilia as a whole or shirt is worldwide. Whereas, like, say, Corinthians are just a little moment in time. So it's quite, to have 2,600 in our group is quite impressive.
I'd say so. It's incredible.
Yeah,
I mean,
get involved.
And then in terms of what you do within the group, so you have socials, you have gatherings and that sort of stuff, and then do you sell amongst yourselves? How does that kind of work within this?
Yeah, buy, sell. Like Flacker said, we did a charity fundraiser last month for a football access sport. And what did we get? About 800 quid, wasn't it?
Yeah, nearly 800 quid.
So we had people donating and then raffling a few bits off or having a live auction, things like that. But competition. But the main thing is, like Flacker said, is like we set this up during lockdown or coming out of lockdown, and people's headspaces weren't in the right places, etc. And like this guy here, and I'm not getting lovey-dovey, but I've never met this guy before, right? And I speak to him more than I speak to my best mate.
Yeah.
And it's like,
yeah, I know what you mean.
And I met him, and like we had a bit of a moment, didn't we, when we met?
We did. You bought me a Eric Cantona slide, and it actually brought a tear to my eye when we was there.
Wicked.
I've got it. Yes, basically these ones here.
Yeah.
Original photograph taken by Corinthian, and they would have used this in all their promotional stuff to do with Eric Cantona.
Oh.
So it's like a one-of-one.
That's incredible. Give us a little bit more of a close-up, Andy. Hold it to the screen for us so we can have a look.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And like if you ever look at a lot of the old advertisements and things like that, it will look exactly the same as that picture.
Yeah, I can picture figures looking like that when they did it.
Yeah, I still remember in the Shoot magazine, Match magazine, the ads. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because when you were saying about advertising earlier, I suppose you didn't have social media back then. So it was in your Shooting Match magazines, which Gary's got loads of in the past, and ripped the advertisements out. They had a couple of adverts on there. They did a lot of work at the beginning with the England football team, and they got like Terry Venables to take photographs holding the figures and playing. He was playing with the money on a ball or something like that.
Yes.
They had Gary got it.
They got, I remember that.
Look
at that.
That's so good.
But they got fully into it, didn't they, Gaz, at the very beginning?
Yeah. I mean, like that's at the beginning when the 12-pack got released.
Is that at Corinthians HQ as well?
Yeah, that's at High Wycombe.
Wow.
And yeah, but like Andy said, it's funny how much they got into it.
So has Corinthians kind of changed a little bit now, though, in terms of, is it still more of a collecting thing like the blister packs and the sets, or is it now a bit more of a custom thing of creating figures that didn't exist? So, like you said about your Norwich figures you showed us when you were on for Time Added On, Gaz.
Yeah.
Has it moved in that direction now in terms of creating figures that you couldn't get hold of or customizing them?
I don't think it's moved on to that, but it's there, and it's just like you say. I never had a Norwich figure, but for example, Andy did this for me. So you have like Dion Dublin in the Coventry kit, and then he painted him in the Norwich kit.
That's so good. Is that the
So
Fly B
wow.
kit?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's well cool.
But that's obviously it's just the same figure, but been repainted. Even the decals on the back are just.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, because you did the Chris Bart Williams one for me, Andy, didn't you? Because you were like, which teams do you want me to do? And I was like, is there a Chris Bart Williams one? He's like, no, he was in the Nottingham Forest kit, but I'll paint a Wednesday one. And I was like, what the hell? It's so good.
But now, like the madness that people can create now. So this guy, obviously you met Tim Griffiths.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's one of the guys, one of the admins of the groups. And so Norwich had Harry Kane on loan. Can't remember what year it was. He was awful. But he's 3D printed it.
Wow.
That's brilliant.
Insane.
The likeness is incredible on the
Isn't
face,
it?
though,
It's
isn't it?
Absolutely mad.
So is that a 3D printer that he's gone off from?
A 3D printer.
Oh.
So obviously, like what a Corinthian is and a 3D.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Oh, see, so you can essentially then relive your childhood dream and for your team now by doing this. So you can get them custom made or repainted. Andy, as a custom kind of genius, because you are, and the stuff that you do is incredible, can you talk us through kind of the basics of how you start it? Because I've seen some of your work recently as well. Is it the Aldershot Town one you did?
Yeah. Well, that one, that's going down the route that Gary's talking about with 3D, because what I did at the very beginning was I got lookalikes. So there's so many figures and I've seen them on a daily basis for the last 30 years. I had a good image in my head. Yeah. And when someone comes to me and says, oh, could you do this figure? I'm like, oh, I recognize that nose and that eye shape. We could use so-and-so. Like one of my best ones, I did Jason Lee.
I was going to ask you about Jason Lee.
I did Jason Lee, and nobody worked out who I originally used, right? And it sold on eBay for 150 quid because there wasn't many repainters doing it at the time. And I used a Gary Neville Tetley figure, which you can buy for 50p.
Yeah, because he's like that in it, isn't he? Like almost
Yeah. I locked his head off. I thought, oh, that nose and those eyes look like Jason Lee. Put the air on him. Put him in a Forest kit. No one has seen a Jason Lee figure before. 150 quid. I was like, wow. This could be a nice little side earner here.
This is like Nick Cage, John Travolta face-off material. Yeah. This is crikey.
But that's how it started. But the process takes a long time. And I've got friends now that because 3D printing has got so big over the last 3, 4, 5 years. Mm-hmm. And one of the lads I chat to just said, mate, I can now do him at a really good quality. And he does do Craig Jackson. There's an amazing printout quality. So between me and him, I just said, like, can you go on and do your computer wizardry? And he can get photographs of players and he'll put it into the computer and it will design a face, stick it on one of the old Corinthians bodies. Boom, there you're done. And then I think it was Chris from Cutting Edge Dirt said to me, could you do him an Aldershot Town kit? Yeah, I can do that. And it come out really well.
Yeah, it looks incredible.
Oh, I need to see this one, yeah.
Yeah. Are people now asking for remakes of current Corinthians then? So, for example, Chris Waddle.
Yeah.
I don't think he's quite close to looking like Chris Waddle.
Yeah.
Could he be better? I don't know. Are people asking them to be remade now by 3D printers and stuff? Or
yeah, some of them, yeah. Because I've always wanted, like the Stuart Pearce figure was an all right figure, but I really liked him as a player, so I've always wanted to get a better Stuart Pearce one. So at some point, I will have to make Craig to do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, there are some figures like I've done your favourite player of all time in the Premier League, Eric Cantona.
But
with this one, I've got a little frame.
oh wow!
With his hand on his hips. But what I used there's a company called Soccerwee, and they produced a load of football figures, but the bodies were terrible. So I've just taken the head off of the figure because it was more of a likeness, put it on a Cantona body, and then just repainted them in instead kit.
How are you doing it, Andy, though? Are you literally like, taking a scalpel to the neck, chopping it off?
Not in his hands. He's missing fingers and everything.
Yeah. I get masked up, gloved up, wash my hands like you're going in surgery, and then get the scalpel out.
No, I think you look like Dexter with all the splatter stuff on the walls.
There's just plastic splatter everywhere. But yeah, that's how it's. I started off just by repainting kits because I saw there's a guy called Rishi from I think he's from South America, and his work was insane. But he went for a more realistic look. So I started thinking, I'll do that because I used to paint Warhammer. And I went down that route. But then people were like, oh, could you do something for me? Could you paint this for me? And then in the end, I was just like, do you know what? If you just want the kits repainted, I can just repaint a kit. And because Corinthian fans are so happy and passionate about the old Corinthians, they were happy for it just to be the kit that changes and not too much detail put in to make it look like it fits in the range.
Yes. Yeah.
Which is what he did with me because they released Steve Bruce in 1995, but in 1985 he played for Norwich.
Oh, of course he did. Yeah, because he had the old striped Asics kit, didn't he?
No, before that it was before that. I can't remember what it was. Foster's Lager or
Tim Sherwood.
There you go. So that's a 95 figure painted 10 years before.
This is making me all tingly. It's so good.
I'm surprised Woody hasn't asked for a Diamond Lights Chris Waddle.
There's still time. Still time. I've got to buy the LP first. I'm still on vintage at £4.50, Jonesy. She's not budging.
But
so.
even we had Peter Grant at Norwich.
Yeah.
And he had like long curtains almost, long hair. But they released him as a Celtic player with a skinhead. So Flack has done it for me and added extra putty or whatever they use and made the hair on the figure and then painted it in the Norwich kit as well.
See, and that's another valid point, actually, because if you think about certain football players like David Beckham, their image changed so often, didn't it?
Yeah.
Because he had the mohawk, the
curtains, the mohawk, the skinhead.
Spoke about that one yesterday. Would it like that? The Beckham I've got. Shit.
That's it. Yeah.
Right, what's that?
Give us a little zoom in on that one, because I mean, that's to me,
the worst figure in the world.
That looks more Kanchelskis than it does Beckham, doesn't it?
Yeah, shit.
Yeah, I was just going to say, because I love Italian 90. I'm doing the Italian 90 squad. I've got let me get you the original.
Are you doing this for yourself, Andy, the Italian 90?
Yeah, for me. Good.
Yeah.
You've got the original Chris Waddle, but I always remember Waddle having a bit of a mullet.
Oh, you dirty, dirty man.
So yes. So I'll get round to finishing that one off at some point.
Can you send me before and afters of this, Andy, when you're doing it, mate?
I mean, you could do like a Marseille one and things like that, couldn't you, in that one?
Yeah. Honestly, it's endless. And I think the creating it side using putty and things takes longer. So I am starting to go to these 3D printers because it saves me a lot of time, which obviously then saves the person that's buying it from me a bit of money. But then I still enjoy doing that myself. Like I made myself a Razor Roddick.
It's so good. What's the start time of what's the kind of completion time for a figure? Obviously, work aside and family life, etc. Give us an average of to complete one figure from, I don't know, adding a mullet all the way through to the kit.
I suppose it could take me up to a week, but it wouldn't take I put the putty on, that might take me 20 minutes to get the hair shaped. Then you have to leave it 24 hours to cure. Then you've got to come back to it, and then you've got to sand down any areas that are wrong. So that will take another, say, 10, 20 minutes. Then you've got to prime it. Then you've got to leave that for a day for the primer to cure. Then you've got to go on and paint it, and then you've got to design the badges and things like that, because I'll print that out on my laptop and that. Yeah, I mean, a week, but it doesn't take that long, if you know what I mean. It's in stages of like half an hour chunks every day.
Yes. Well, I'm going to show the guys. Carry on talking amongst yourselves. Jonesy, ask a few cues.
Yeah. So how much work do you get? Do you get a lot of requests?
I do, but I've had to cut back on it a little bit because I really enjoy it. But the problem is, you bring out, let's say, I'm just doing a bit at the minute. I'm working on an Ian Wright in the Bruised Banana.
Oh.
So then that'll be popular. But then all of a sudden, I'll have 3 people saying, "Can you do one?" And after a while, I'm like, I've done this kit now enough times. I want to do something else. So I've been back on the requests a bit, just to, I suppose, let me express and do what I want to do. And then if people like it, they can buy it. If they don't, then I just stick it in my collection.
It's got to be fun for you, hasn't it?
Yeah, I was going to say, if you mass produce one player, it's going to lose its kind of novelty, isn't it?
Yeah, as a chef, Gaz, you're creative. Have you ever tried it yourself?
Nah.
You
ever want to?
I can't do it, mate.
Terry Butcher.
Who?
Terry Butcher.
Yes, I have actually. Yeah.
Cat Butcher.
So I got the Terry Butcher and Paul Ince, and obviously straight away when I think of Terry Butcher, I'll ignore the fact he's played for Ipswich, but he used to obviously when he split his head open.
Yeah.
So I haven't got it with me, but I've taped his head, and then from Warhammer got some Blood of the Blood Gods.
Oh. Now we're talking, right? Andy, you did these for me. These are in one of my prize collection. I mean, the 93, 95 kit, Chris Waddle there.
Oh.
I mean, what I love about that is, though, if you look at the back, the name set is spot on. And then
Detailing.
Chris Bart Williams.
Oh, nice.
In the away. Incredible. And then David Hurst in the yellow and purple.
Those name sets were amazing, though, weren't they? Those name sets were really made.
Unbelievable. Yeah, I mean, and I can agree when you say about not wanting to change the heads and just kind of adapting the kit. I get it, because it kind of, it makes you feel like you've got like the one and only here. Do you know what I mean? All right. Before I start crying, because this is incredibly nostalgic, I want to go into a little bit more about the worst ones, because we spoke about the sought afters, the kind of grails. Let's talk about the worst ones that don't look like the players, or you're sick of seeing, maybe. I mean, are there ones out there that are incredibly popular, or ones that don't look like the players? Talk to me.
Well, I think one of you held up the Beckham one a minute ago.
That Beckham one's trash.
It was more. What's that F1 racer? Is it Mickelin or Heineken or something like that?
Mick Hakkinen.
That's it. He looks more like
go repaint.
They did do some F1, but that one was always, because I mainly collect Man U. That was always my worst one. I mean, there are a few that look bad. But going back to when I originally started repainting, when I got chatting to that guy from South America, he said some of them are not actually that bad if you give them a good paint job. And some of them, I would give them a more lifelike paint job, and you realise, actually the sculpt's not too bad. It's just that it was a quickly manufactured job at a factory to get out as like mass produce them. So they just slapped a load of paint on.
Yeah.
So, but Gaz, I'll come to you in a second on this, because I know you've got some bits on it. I typed in on Google like the worst Corinthians lookalikes, and AI came back with a couple, and with a description as well. So one of them was Paul Warhurst in a Blackburn kit, and it says,
yes,
looks like a person you would avoid eye contact with in a pub. Right. And Lee Bowyer in a Leeds kit, which I think was 95, 96, which says looks more like Victor Meldrew.
I've never seen that one before. It's terrible.
He doesn't look
Warhurst.
anything like him.
Paul Warhurst.
Victor Meldrew, that is amazing.
If you have got your Merlin sticker album to hand,
Yes.
find Warhurst in the Blackburn though,
Yeah.
and it looks just like the figure, which is again when this gentleman said to me, Richie, they're not actually that bad. What they based them on, which is what we've kind of worked out ourselves and believe to be true, is they used the sticker album.
Is he there? Can you see him?
Right.
Because he's got in the figure, he's got his mouth slightly open ajar, and he's got exactly the same hair. So it basically they based it on the stickers. If you got, I've got Mike Newell here. Where's Mike Newell? Like if you have a look at your Mike Newell and then look at that face,
Yeah.
he's pulling the same.
Well, the
pose.
best, Woody, the best one to do is get your Waddle, because that one is uncanny.
I didn't know they based them on the sticker. Well, that's
I didn't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because like back then they wouldn't have had the face matting.
Yeah.
With the Waddle, just the 2 strands of hair coming down.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
I kind of feel like I want to take all my criticism back.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I was ultra critical too, but when you see it, they have literally based it on the sticker album that it looks spot on to the stickers.
So do we blame Merlin for looking like Lee Bowyer, like Victor Meldrew then?
But I think is the Beckham one in it?
I don't think the Beckham one's in there. I think Tim Griffith.
I think he's in it.
No, he's not.
Six,
But there is a
95,
picture.
96.
Yeah, he's not in that one.
96. Is he in that?
Ryan,
No, he's
Ryan
not.
Giggs.
That's
Look
95.
at Ryan Giggs in that one, and Ryan Giggs, the figure, his hairline is just diagonal, and it is exactly the same as the picture.
Yeah, that's pretty spot on.
With that little
Wow.
wide face. Yeah.
Okay. So
The other one I found earlier, which might
yeah, go on.
in Chelsea, Dimitri Karim,
Yeah, spot on.
right? But even like that bit of his nose, I don't know what you call that, the bridge, your top of your bridge of your nose,
Yeah.
he's got a crease, and there's a crease in.
Oh my
I
god!
remember having that one. I do remember having the Dimitri Karin.
But then while you're on the Chelsea page, because that's my second team, Chelsea.
Oh, okay, right, okay.
Because all my cousins were Arsenal or West Ham, so I thought bollocks, I'm going to pick one that pisses them off, so I'll go Chelsea.
Be awkward.
Against the grain.
But if you've got the Chelsea page, that's another.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's a Dennis Wise.
Oh my god!
Jeez.
But that's why Dennis Wise looks so terrible, because he looks like that in the sticker.
He looks ill on the sticker.
He does. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, that's really blown my mind. If I'm completely honest.
But honestly, we've been going through this, and
Julian Joachim was another.
yeah,
Julian Joachim. Is that Leicester?
Yes,
Or Villa.
Villa, wasn't
Oh, a little tash.
he got a little tash.
He looks like Ray Parker Jr. in this one,
it?
like Ghostbusters.
But even the Dion Dublin in Coventry, because it's a sticker that they've added, isn't it? It hasn't got the green background. He's obviously won a man of the match award or something.
Yeah.
But even the Dion Dublin, his mouth is slightly on the diagonal.
Yes,
his
it
ears
is.
stick out slightly. It is mad how much they've used the stickers.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Oh, well, I take everything I say about this back, because if they're going by photos, they've pretty much done it perfectly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing I still don't understand, right, and I said this to Jonesy a few times, is David James doesn't look like his Corinthian figure. And who was the other one I mentioned, Jonesy? Dominic Matteo.
Yeah, those
Yeah.
are two dodgy ones.
Yeah.
Because Dominic Matteo in this one, I mean, Dominic Matteo in the Corinthians figure has got a mop of yellow hair.
Yeah.
They released him twice.
He released them
did
twice,
they?
Yeah.
They changed his
Dark
hair,
and blonde
yeah.
hair.
Wow, they've gone through a lot of effort for that then, really. I mean, look at David James.
Yeah.
I mean,
But look at his face, but without the hair, and then look at a David James figure. The face is almost spot on.
What do you got there,
Well-
Woody? I've got a David James here, actually. Bit tanned.
Yeah.
But one figure that I really don't like
Good under the sunbed.
One figure that I really don't like is a Robbie Fowler because his face looks like it's been hit in a vice. You look at the sticker album.
Yeah, you're right.
His face is like so thick.
So were there teams that they didn't do in the 95-96 season, or was every Premier League team covered?
Every Premier League team was covered the first season. And like going back to what you were saying earlier on about you couldn't find them in shops. When I read Craig's book, he said that specific shops were saying we don't want to stock X, Y, and Z. We just want Man U, Liverpool, Newcastle, which is why some people were finding it hard to get certain figures like your Boltons or your Sheffield Wednesdays, etc. If you were in London.
Is that why the Mark Pembridge is literally like gold leaf now? Then he's literally like.
Yeah, you've got. I mean, Wednesday have got 3 decent ones. You've got Sheridan.
Yeah, he's still on my. He's on my list.
60 to 100. You know, you've got Pembridge can be over 100.
Oh
wow!
But what they also did, sorry, which annoyed, well, not annoyed a lot of people, it just gave you something extra to collect. You had Waddle was brought out in a number 8,
and
then when they got Mark Bright on board and they brought him out in exactly the same kit, because Mark Bright took on number 8, they then released him in a number 15. But
no
there weren't
way!
There weren't as many of these brought out. So to get a number 15, to get a number 8, you might be looking at 5 to 10 quid. To get a number 15, you could be looking at 20 to 40 quid, and in a blister even more.
I had no clue that existed.
Yeah, Bright's got 10 and 8 mark.
10 and 8, yeah.
Yeah, but then see that different ones.
That is incredible.
Did you guys? Yeah, I'm sorry. Go on, Woody.
Oh, carry on, mate. I've spoken.
No, I was just going to say, did you guys? I mean, I remember having a Paul Gascoigne Rangers as a kid. Did you get the Scottish? Yeah.
God.
I remember getting that. Our local Woolworths. Yeah, I don't know. I think so, but
look at the SPFL badge on it as well.
Yeah, that's what I remember. Oh, look how mint that looks.
That's incredible condition, Gaz.
Yeah, that's Gaz. All my Gaz ones I've kept perfect.
So, did you venture into any Scottish ones as well? I mean, I just remembered that one. I think that's the only Scottish I had. Oh, Scottish one.
I had the majority of the Rangers team because until Ali McCoist went to Kilmarnock, Rangers were my favourite Scottish team, and then I took on Kilmarnock for a bit.
Yeah.
You use and abuse these football teams, Gaz, don't you? You use and abuse these football teams. Bit of Kilmarnock, bit of Chelsea.
Slough Town at the minute, because I'm a massive fan of The Office.
Yeah.
Which is based in Slough. So I want to take a trip to Arbour Park one day and have a Scotland derby. You know what I mean?
Right. So, in terms of like, did you guys ever have the full 11 then of a team?
Some they never released as an 11. Like Bolton, they only released 4. That was it.
Yeah.
So they were only like the 4-pack, and then okay. But did it always have a goalkeeper?
Bolton did, yes.
Bolton did,
escape me. They're McGinley, Stubbs,
Brannigan, and Alan Thompson.
Yeah, Brannigan the keeper.
Got you. Right, okay.
The keepers were brilliant. Like the kits for the keepers.
Yeah.
John Lukic and Bruce Grobbelaar.
Oh, that Lukic one is incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's a tough one to find.
Big Nev.
Yeah, I had Big Nev.
So when the goalkeepers come out, it was like, yes, because it's that club but a different kit, isn't it?
Mm.
Yeah. But the funny thing is, the funny thing is they don't look. We're all saying about how some of them look quite bad and they don't look quite as polished as what the pro stars do. But the majority of the value does seem to sit in the headliners, doesn't it, Gar? I think a lot of people, when I got back into it at lockdown, I had all the Pro Star Man U ones and all the headliner ones, but I delved straight into getting all the rare Premier League ones from 95 to 98. And I found they were the most expensive ones to get, like, a lot of those.
See, so I've just started going a bit kind of trigger happy with my ones, as I do with all my collecting. So I got the Waddle one recently in a blister pack. I'm now talking Corinthian speak, by the way, now, blister pack. So, and obviously, Andy, you've helped me out with a few of these recently. I've got Rob Lee, Newcastle. Gary
Nice.
Flitcroft for you, Jonesy, just for you, mate.
Thanks, mate.
In Blackburn. Ian Rush in his Liverpool. And
Yeah.
that's the cricket collar edition, may I add.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scott Gemmell in his Forest. He's got
Yeah.
massive head, Scott Gemmell, isn't he?
You Chad.
Wow. And then Paul Parker, thanks, Andy. And then Jamie Redknapp, which I've also gone there as well. But what I love about these ones is the traditional badge in the top corner.
Yeah.
The Premier League logo. And it's like Subbuteo, isn't it? Like, I'm only interested in the Subbuteo packs that have got the old badge on there with the Premier League bit on the front. Like, there's just something about the kind of look at it that kind of just makes it look class, isn't it?
Yeah.
But you can still see, though, sometimes, like, for example, attention to detail. I'm not going to be fussy with it, but if you look at Jamie Redknapp, like, there's a black bit on his collar.
Yeah.
Like, is that just a thing of, like, where they were just mass producing them?
Yes. They had a couple of times, like me and Gary were talking the other week about mistakes. There was a few times they'd released things. I'll just quickly grab a few.
Yeah.
They brought out, like, I've got Steve Bruce here. Steve Bruce, all got everything on the back, but they forgot to print anything on the front.
Oh.
So it's totally blank. So I quite like getting these little niche ones that you get. They had Can Chelsea, yes.
Yeah.
And the Everton kit, on the back, it says number 17 McManaman. So
That's the best one.
I picked that one up. And then what was the other one that I got? I had got a triple winning Champions League kit, Nicky Butt. And again, they forgot to put the Sharp logo on.
Oh, wow.
But there's so many of them out there. Like, I've got a handful here. Toward the end, where he's still making mistakes, which, you can't understand why it went out. All the Di Canio ones, you won't be able to see it on this camera, but every single Di Canio one, the West Ham
I had that one.
upside down. Upside down, they've done it for some reason. The badge.
Oh, you made me want to look for my one now.
Go and have a look. And then,
if it's the right way up, how much is it worth?
I don't think there are any. So if you find one, that could be a little gold mine. But when they brought out one of the later team packs for Man U in the Pro Star range, they brought out Carrick, but they put Ferdinand 5 on the back.
Oh my God.
But to correct that error, they had to send every single person that bought the pack the next one, a new one, sorry, with Carrick on the back. So I've kept both.
But it was Rio Ferdinand, or?
Yeah, Rio Ferdinand.
Balance it out. Right, guys, show us some of your because I want to know, firstly, the Corinthian figure you are most after, because there must be one still. And also, can you show us, if you've got it to hand, some of your favourite Premier League ones in your collection?
Gaz, you go first.
So the one I'm after, because I haven't really gone down the Premier League route. I went down the England Euro 96 route. So
yeah,
I'll be really, really quick. So
no, take your time. Take your time.
So they obviously released it in the sachet.
Yeah. I can still feel those.
and they released him as a blister.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Then they released them as a window box.
They're just as beautiful, the window boxes.
Yeah. Then they released the 4-packs.
Yeah.
But alongside the 4-pack, they released a window box.
Oh my God.
And in here is a 4-player stand as well.
Oh.
And obviously they did the 14-pack.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
And a 12-pack. So in my stupid Euro 96 completionist, I have every figure loose, every figure in blister, every figure in window box, every 4-pack, every 4-pack window box, the 12-pack, the 14-pack, the 12-player stand, the 14-player stand. And on top of that, I don't know how these came about, but they released the first 16 in a clear sachet.
Oh, wow.
And I have all 15 apart from Andy Cole. And that's the only thing I'm missing to go Euro 96. Done.
Oh, that's incredible, mate. What are you going to do when you find Andy Cole? What's next?
Go and meet Andy Cole.
Go on, that's impressive. That is impressive.
Like with Flack has showed the Cantona slide. So I've got Gaza.
Oh,
But
That's brilliant.
that's Gaza with blonde hair. But they never released Gaza with blonde hair.
I was going to say, I can't remember seeing him with blonde hair.
He came out with black hair.
Yeah.
So obviously, hi Andrew, how you doing? Can you do me a blonde one? So he's done me a blonde.
That's quite a quick job, though, Andy. And that's like a salon job, just a quick bit of.
That'll be easy. Get the highlighters out.
Yeah. Do that in the car park.
The one figure that I'm after, and it's probably only worth about 8-10 quid, is Andy Cole in a clear sachet. That's all I want.
That's quite specific, though, in a clear sachet. But you've seen him singularly and in other packs, but not the clear sachet?
Correct.
Oh, God. Okay.
So, yeah. Scrolling through everything. But my favourite Premier League ones.
Yeah.
Remember the old Match of the Day magazine?
Yep.
yeah.
So if you subscribed to Match of the Day magazine, took an annual subscription, you got sent 4 Corinthian figures. And they all came in clear sachets. But they are figures in an away kit. So Alan Shearer in the away Newcastle kit.
I did not know that one ever existed in an
I've
away.
never seen.
Dwight York in the black Man United one.
What?
Oh.
Robbie Fowler in the white Liverpool one.
What? That's
And
spun me out there.
this one
With a
is my
squash head.
favourite.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The Vice.
Tony Adams in the yellow JVC.
Oh, give over. Look at that one.
So they weren't released.
No, you had to get them through the Match of the Day magazine.
Wow.
And yeah, I got all 4 and now my favourite Premier League ones.
That's incredible. That is awesome.
Yeah.
Andy,
Wow.
what about you, mate?
Right, the one I'm after, I've got every single Man United figure that I need, but there was basically, they brought out, this is 2000, so it's going slightly outside of your jurisdiction.
We'll allow.
But they released in 2000, November, I think it was November 2000, they brought out chaser figures. And these ones here, they did 4 of them. Ronaldo, Brazil, Silvinho, Brazil, Owen in a green Liverpool away, and then this Beckham one. And there was only 500 of these made. And they came out with cards as well. So I've got this one in a card, and this one's special for many reasons. But they also, by accident, put them in platinum packs, which they didn't plan on doing. So there's only 30 platinum packs in the world. And I know that some have already been opened because people have told me. I know some are battered. So there's probably only about 10, 15 really good condition ones.
Yeah.
And I've seen these, change hands for £1,000 or more. So
Goodness me.
that's the last one I'm after is a good condition platinum Beckham chaser figure. That's all I'm after. But I'm happy to wait as long as it takes.
What about your favourite Premier League ones?
So my favourite Premier League ones, I've got, do you know what? Well, some of the ones I've shown you, like I've got an Ian Dowie, I've got a Joe Jim, I've got Newell, and these figures are all like £50 to £100 each. They're all like really nice figures, hard to come by. But my favourite ones always have been Mr. Eric Cantona, your favourite player, because they only ever produced
Game
that
changer.
figure with the collar, with the collar up. And they produced him with the collar up. No one else has got a collar up like that.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
when they had these factories in China, they had like 2 factories painting them. Obviously, they got the memo of how to paint it, but they said obviously to put a slight beard on him. But in one factory, they gave him a slight beard, and in another factory, they gave him a heavy beard. So it's almost
Nice
like
eyebrows as well.
Yeah, it's almost like
Frida.
2 variants. So these 2 are
Wow.
my favourites, and I've got them both in blister, but I couldn't find them because they're buried away, kept somewhere safe. But those are my 2 favourite ones.
So, Corinthians themselves, then, they stopped doing Premier League ones at kind of what year? 99?
Well, headliners, they stopped 98. and then they started up again in '99 with Pro Stars, and the very first figure brought out. I mean, it's actually I've only just bought this now. They brought out the first Premier League footballer with Ryan Giggs, PL01, and then the very first footballer they brought out for Pro Stars was Dwight York, and I think that would have been Pro 001. So obviously, because Man United were such a popular figure back then, that's why they went for Man U being the first ones to bring out.
Yeah, got you.
But I forgot this. I can't believe I forgot this. Got it recently. I got my hands on a master model, so a Dennis Irwin master model. I'm having to hold it because it comes in 2 parts.
Oh.
So basically, a master model would be they would have created these right at the very beginning to see what they look like. And there would have been a few, they might have done like 4 or 5 of them, but they all would have been slightly different to see which one they wanted to produce, like mass produce. They would have used these for the photographs. So all the photographs you see, they would have used this master model. And they put, like this one comes in 2 parts. There's nothing on the base, so there's no name on the base, but that's his. You've got like an area where the crest would have been, but they haven't actually put the crest there. They've even got the Premier League badge symbol on the side. Ready for Premier League badges. And then on the top there, it's got a number. I don't know what number that is. Is it number 12? 14. And then on the head at the bottom, it's got number 14. And that's the head they would have used for all the photographs of the cards that you get, which are these cards here.
Oh, wow.
So it's basically that photograph that they mass produce, is that one in there. And these master models can sell for 500, 600 quid.
They come in that box.
It didn't come in this box. They did when they officially sold a few, because I've got a few official ones, because Corinthian sold a load of stuff on eBay. Is this one of them? Yeah. Gary Palace, their England master. So then it got all this eBay spiel on there saying that it was sold on eBay and the date it was sold. So you know that's 100% legit one. But some of them, it seems like when they were having issues towards the end, people just going in, helping themselves, taking the spot, and then holding it. And then this one here, I acquired the Dennis Irwin off a gentleman that was friends with someone that worked for Corinthians, and he was gifted it as a thank you. And then he wanted to sell it on. So he thought, what better person to sell it to than a Man U fan?
God, that is incredible. I've absolutely loved this. This is such a trip down memory lane. It kind of makes me want to fall even further into the world of blister packs and Corinthians now. I know. Christmas is around the corner. It's still okay though to put it on my Christmas list, isn't it? If I put Subbuteo and Corinthians, I mean, I'm still reliving the glory days. I just won't put Scalextrics on this one. Right, guys, that was phenomenal. Thank you so much for coming on. We've loved having you back, Gaz, and Andy. We've loved having you on. Thank you so much for sharing this beautiful episode with us. Jonesy, is there anything else you want to add, mate, before we wrap things up?
No, just a quick one. So what I discovered today, right, I've got it here as well. I didn't realize, I've never met anyone here who collected them, but in 1997 they had an Aussie Rules run.
Oh, I've got one.
I saw one in the charity shop, but it was too expensive. But on eBay, and I'm like, I've never met anyone who's collected them over here, so I don't know if they were popular. But they're
I've
all
got
over
a feeling his name was Gary Ablett.
Sorry,
I've got a feeling his name was Gary Ablett.
Oh, for Geelong, yeah.
Oh, it is true. That is his name. I only remember that because of obviously he's played for Everton. But I haven't got it with me. But yeah, I do have one.
Yeah, because they brought out all sorts. They brought out, like we were saying earlier on, like the American footballers.
Yeah, cool.
Basketball players. They brought out.
Oh, so they had them in every.
They just covered it toward the end. I think they had South African rugby team. They had the New Zealand rugby team. They had some Australian
Japanese wrestlers.
Yeah, Japanese wrestlers. We've got Jeremy Guscott in an England outfit for rugby.
Oh, brilliant!
Is this all from High Wycombe?
Yeah, I think that stuff, the American stuff, was probably when they went with America and they kind of went in as a partnership. And they started mass producing these. But yes, they're probably getting produced in China like that, but they were getting shipped to America and High Wycombe.
Yeah, this Aussie Rules one, it's got, 1997, made in China.
Yeah.
There you go. Wow.
Wicked. Wow. Learn something new every day. Every day is a school day.
But that's the thing with us. Like, we set this group up, we are still like learning or coming across stuff that you think That is just absolutely ridiculous. Like Flack has said about the master models. Like I've got my own Stuart Pearce just because he's one of my favourites. This is just like my.
He looks like Stuart Pearce, though, that one, doesn't he?
Yeah, but this is just
yeah.
If the kids go anywhere near that, it's just like you're running through and doing a spear on them, and like we.
I was so speed taking him out.
Yeah, they get hit with a spear almost as hard as when they go 6-7.
Oh, mate, don't.
Yeah, none of that on air. This is a 90s pod.
Yeah. But like these ones that we picked up, the trade presentation pack.
Yes.
So these ones were kind of like master models, but like the bases never got painted.
Oh, yeah, I've seen them.
What was there? 10, weren't there?
Yeah, there was 12. They brought out this pack, which I bought a nice box for. They brought out this pack, and they basically, just before the release in November, they had like a show in June, and they gave these to like potential buyers that like Woolworths and other people to say, look, here's a free pack, take them away, have fun with them, see if you like them, and then if you want to start stocking them in your shops, you can. And we don't really know how many of these produced, but these were the very first ones ever given out to anyone. We managed to get our hands on one. And the day that they were handing them out, David Seaman was there, so he signed it here somewhere. We've managed to get, like, basically 5 of us, because it's an expensive pack to buy. I think, is it 5 of us or 4 of us? I think it's 5 of us, wasn't it?
I don't know, but you're not releasing how much it was, because if the missus watches this, that's fine.
It was £2, right, to get this. Amazing. But what we did was we split them, 2 figures each, and a bit like the Avengers, whenever we have an event, we're going to assemble and put all the figures back in.
Oh, brilliant.
Do you do it in like times, like 1, 2, 3, and then put them all in the pack at the same time? And then like, the whole pack lights up. Wicked. Right, guys. So, Andy, for those of our listeners that would like to find you and any of the socials that you're on, where can they find you, mate?
On Instagram, I am custom_Corinthians, and that's where I show off the stuff I've been painting, I'm working on, what I possibly might have for sale. If you want to get into Corinthians, you want to learn a bit more about it, you can join our Facebook group, which is the Corinthian Collectors Club, which I think Gary's pointing to a little symbol sign there.
Get merch out.
Yeah.
Hey,
I think I'm in that Facebook group.
Good. Come along, join in. Join in.
I don't have
fun.
Facebook.
You don't have.
Come on, mate.
You know what? A lot of people say that. And
can I write in?
Find us on MySpace.
Bebo.
If you bypass all the other rubbish that Facebook brings and come to that, it is a lovely environment. There's no politics. We don't allow any of that in there. We just want to talk memorabilia.
Awesome. Gaz, what about you, mate?
Norwich Man Cave Mania. Just
Norwich Man Cave
Mania. Been a little bit quiet recently, but I need to get back started again.
No, there's always time for nostalgia, mate. Don't you worry about it. As long as you're enjoying it, that's the main thing. Jonesy, what about you, mate? Tell our listeners. They should know by now.
Yeah, football.jonesy. Come find me.
And I'm at Woody W 1988, and you can find this episode and many more on all available channels now, Jonesy. I think we're everywhere, right?
BBC.
Yes. Not yet, actually. BBC. Yeah.
BBC Sounds are listening. Yeah.
We're on Dave, Bravo.
UK Gold.
UK Motors. Men and Motors. That's a blast from the past. Right. But yeah, we are available in many countries now as well, Jonesy. I think what's the list now up to?
I think it was 72 last time, wasn't it?
72 countries.
Right. So a quick, I think so.
72.
I think we're doing well. Yeah, I'll just a quick look if anyone's joined. 73 now. Who's joined the list?
Hey,
Latvia.
Hey!
Good to have you with us, Latvia.
Marian Pahars has joined us.
Igor Stefanov. So guys, thank you ever so much for listening to today's episode. Please do follow Gaz and Andy, because this is all about Corinthians. It's about 90s football, nostalgia and memorabilia. Obviously, get collecting, get showcasing your stuff. And we want anyone listening to this that do secretly have a Corinthians collection or some figures that they want to showcase DM us, tag us in the pod, tag Gaz, tag Andy. We want to see what you guys have collected or what you've collected over the years, because this is all about why we do the pod. So please do send us all of your pictures. It would be amazing. Jonesy, would you like to wrap up today's episode, mate?
Yeah, I just want to say a big thanks to you guys for coming on. It's been a brilliant episode.
No worries.
Definitely got to come back on.
Yeah.
You got to get that hat trick. Got to get you back on, mate. Off the hat trick ball.
Yeah, you'd be our first hat trick. Hey.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's been brilliant. And just want to say, see you later, guys.
Thanks very much, guys.
Thanks a lot.
Take care.
All right.